We finish the foreign key constraint, then we can go to discuss other concepts. So, Sneha, do you remember what is check key constraint? You can unmute and speak out. Anyone, Sneha, Niharika, or Strigal, Meghana. What is check key constraint? Hey, I'm not sure if you guys are talking something.
Sure.
You guys are mute.
So check for any errors.
Mhm.
If we are entering something into database and it doesn't go with the constraints, like if it wants a character and like it wants an integer and we are giving some other character or out of range thing, that it will check if it's correct or not.
Okay, fine. So any other, how many primary keys we can put it in a database? Any responses? Yes, Meghana, Sneha, Niharika. How many primary keys we can put it in a column?
One sir.
Okay. And what is difference between unique and primary key? Anyone? Okay. I don't see the positive responses.
Sir, the unique key doesn't allow any same data in different columns. In primary, it doesn't allow same also the null values also.
Okay, fine, great. Okay. So let us discuss what is foreign key. Then we go to discuss the other concepts as well. Hmm. So basically, foreign key, it is used to establish a relation between two or more tables together. So what is the meaning of it? Establish a relation between two or more tables and try to find it out. See, consider like I would like to design a database table. Okay, so let me take a database table like this. Okay, so in this database table, consider like we have columns like this. Am I recording? Okay, so EMP ID, EMP name, EMP salary, EMP department. Like this, I have 4 columns. So now we have a concept in database which is called as normalization. So basically, what is the purpose of the normalization is splitting a table into multiple tables. So let us see how it works. Suppose employee ID 1, okay, employee ID 1, employee name XYZ, and salary, some fixed salary I can give, department ID. Let me take another employee, name ABC, and salary 9,000, and department sales. And let me give another ID, name of the employee, like some random name I am selecting, and salary, and department marketing, like this. Okay. Now, let me take another 3 employees. Okay, let me take another 3 employees. Maybe their IDs will change. Okay, like this. And let it be names also different. And salaries can be anything. See, if you see, the departments are limited. In any company, there would be 3 to 4 departments only. Suppose if you take your academics as example, how many branches are there? CSC, ECE, EEE like this. But the number of students in each branch are more. Suppose if you, instead of employee data, if you consider a student data, the employee departments are repeating and constant also. They will not keep changing every time. Always a string operation is costly when compared with the number operation. Means in, to put a number into the database, if it takes 1 byte of memory, to put a string into the uh, database, it takes 3 to 4 bytes of memory. 3 to 4 types of memory it will take. Generally, what is the best practices is, don't put the, suppose if there are repeated values like this, okay, we should not put them directly here. There are many reasons actually. What if after few days, marketing department, I would like to rename it. I don't want this to be marketing department. Okay. So I would like to call it as the something like innovation team. Okay. Innovation team means new ideas and all. Then what I need to go each column. Okay. I need to go each column. I need to do the changes in the respective column also. It means how many times I have marketing. I need to go each one of the column. I need to do the changes in that column. Okay, changes in that column. In that case, what we should do is, we should not keep these values directly. Okay, we should not keep these values directly. Remove them. Add one more sheet. Okay, add one more sheet. Here, put the names, employee departments, not with the repeated, and not with the repeated, just like the basic names you have. And I would like to keep as department ID. Okay, department ID. And IDs would be 1, 2, and 3. Okay, see, here I don't have department. I have prepared a special table with all departments those are available in my company. In the main table, where I need to know which employee belongs to which table, here I will give department ID. Okay, department ID. Now, employee 1 XYZ working in which department? IT department. IT department. What is the ID of the IT department? 1. So that here I will put it 1. The second employee work in the sales department. Here I will keep it as 2. The third employee working in marketing department, I will keep it as 3. And same will be repeated like this. Okay, same will be repeated like this. Okay, see, here there are multiple benefits we have. The first one is, only one time I have given the characters. In all the other times, I put constant number. Okay, I put constant numbers. So that instead of keeping IT, sales, marketing, if you put the numbers here, that will take less time that will take less memory when compared with the putting direct string. All the places I will put numbers only. That is the first. Then if you do change to the name of the department like earlier, you don't need to do any changes here. You just need to do the change here. Suppose the sales, you are trying to change it as the innovation team. You change in the second table you have, that will automatically affect it to here also. How to grab the data, that is a different concept. Again, we have another concept which is called as the joins. Very important concept. We will discuss it at some other time. But instead of keeping the name directly here, instead of keeping single table, we split into multiple tables. And when you bring the data, you can do a concept which is called as the joins. I will show you one example on joins, but however, joins is very bigger concept. We'll deal with that separately. But you need to understand this concept. Okay, so instead of keeping the data in one table, I would like to divide into two or more tables. Okay, two or more tables. So the table which contains the base data, the table which contains the base data, that is called as the master table, and the data, the reference which has taken the reference of ID from other table, that is called as the foreign key, sorry, child table. So parent table and the child table. There are many examples like this. Suppose countries, okay, countries. Use the database. I have to save the name of the, and to understand more, state. Okay, in India, how many states are there? Suppose recently Telangana and Andhra Pradesh were divided. Suppose if I take a state, okay, state, here if I give the name directly AP, Telangana like this, when the states are divided, I have to go each column and I need to do the changes. Can you to do the multiple columns I have to change? Instead of that, let me take a base table with all the states so that I can update with simple IDs instead of changing that too much text. Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, like this. We have to take the numbers from respective table. We need to put it here. So basically, the concept of the foreign key comes from splitting a table into the multiple tables in order to easy maintenance. Okay, if you are from CSC background, there would be a concept which is called as normalization. Okay, there would be a concept which is called as the normalization. It is very bigger concept. It will teach you how to divide a table into multiple tables. So the database design always demands try to divide the tables as much as smaller, then it will increase the accuracy, performance, readability, scalability, everything will be improved. Okay. So this is the example for what is primary key and the foreign key. Okay. So instead of putting the names directly, we deal with, okay, we deal with merging two tables as the single table. That is possible. Now try to implement this, how it works. Let me create a table. Okay, let me create a table. Name of the table, I would like to give it as the department. The name of the table, I would like to give it as a department. So let me choose this database, a department. Here, I would like to keep department ID, int, identity, 1, 1, primary key. For char of 20, like this I can. Okay, say, I don't want to repeat what is identity, what is primary key. You have to remember it. Execute. So how many departments I have? I need this many departments. Insert into department values. So what are the values I need to insert? I need IT department. I need sales department. I need marketing department. So 3 departments I have. Okay. Now I would like to design employee table. See, first I have to design the master table. I have designed it. Then I have to design the child table. So in the child table, you have to mention names of the columns. Okay, names of the columns. Okay, create table. Okay, EMP, EMP ID, integer type, identity, 1, 1. See, first I will design a table without foreign key. Then I will try to show you example with foreign key so that you can see the difference. Okay. Identity, EMP name, character of 20, then department ID int. So basically my intention is in the department ID, I have to put the ID of the department. Suppose, okay, so this is the data you have for the department. 1, 2, 3 IDs, IT, sales and marketing. My expectation is after creating this database table, okay, after creating this database table, I have to insert, okay, I have to insert a ID from the previous column. It means in the suppose if I try to insert an employee now, see table I have created. If I try to insert, okay, insert into EMP values, and let me give the column names also to understand more. Employee name, comma, department ID. Okay, like this, values, and let me give a name. Then I have to give the department ID. So what is my general expectation? The ID should be one of these three IDs, 1, 2, 3 only. If I try to give some ID 4, it does not exist in department, so that is an invalid. Okay, at this moment, you can try to key in a ID, execute it. This one is taken. I will show you how to display the department. See, suppose if I try to display the employee table, okay, employee table, you cannot see it. You don't know the what is department ID. We really don't know it because we don't know backend. As front-end developers, if you try to display the employee data, if the ID is given as one, you don't understand this. You need to follow a different approach to display the department name here instead of ID when you process it to end user. That is possible using a concept which is called as the joins. Okay, you don't know joins at this moment, but just try to follow it. Just try to see the output, how I am doing this. Okay, see, I'm trying to display ID of the department. See the difference. Okay, I will show you both the queries. See, if we look at these two queries, first one is select star from employee. You are seeing ID. Probably you don't know what is what one stands for. You don't know, but when the data is split around two or more tables, you have different approach to get the accurate and required data. Now I can see easy, the employee name easy, and the department is IT. So this is called as a join. Okay, joining or extracting data from two or more tables as the single table. That concept is called as joins. Very interesting concept, very important concept as well. If you focus, if you try to understand, I will take a separate class for this joins. However, today we are focusing on importance of the foreign key. Okay, importance of the foreign key. Okay, so let me redefine. I have created a department table. I have inserted few values. Then I have created employee table. Into the employee table, I'm trying to key in some data. Employee data, I'm trying to fill it out. Now, what I need is in the employee table, okay, in the employee table, I can choose name of the employee. I can choose department ID of the employee also. Say I'm trying to key in two. That would be fine. Now, in the employee table, okay, in the employee table, you can see the date, data of two employees, easy and tech, and the departments are IDs are 1 and 2. So like I said, using a giant query, you can extract the information like easy working in which department, IT department in this example, tech is working in which department, sales in this example. Now, let me try to key in another employee, another employee with 3 also. Okay, with 3 also. That is fine. Now, total, you have 3 employees working in departments 1, 2, 3. So you can take another 3 employees. Just try to keep the random department numbers 1, 2, 3, 4. But here is the problem. Here is a problem. The problem is when I try to fill the information into employee table, okay, into employee table ID, by mistake, what I did is, okay, what I did is, I'm trying to key in a department which is not existence in the department table. See, in the last row I have taken, in this row, I'm trying to key in an employee Sai, and I'm trying to give department ID as the 4. But if you look at the department table, there is no ID 4. Okay, there is no ID 4. Still, if I try to run this query, it will take. It will take. Now, if you do like this, it will show department ID of the employee Sai is the 4. Now, try to extract the information like I have used it earlier. Okay, so try to say it. You will be getting first 3 records only. Fourth record you are not getting because the ID 4 does not exist in the department table. Even if you want, you can display the fourth record also. And again, that is the concept of the joins. Ignore about it, but the place of the department showing as the null. That never possible. If there is an employee should have the department if some ID is assigned. 4 does not exist in the department table. So when you try to design a table in terms of the relationship, means ID in one table, if you are trying to put it in another table, the ID that you are trying to put it here, it should be existence in the previous table. To speak in terms of the SQL language, this is called as the master table and this is called as the child table. Okay, so the ID that you are trying to put it in the child table in this particular column, it should be in existence with the other table primary key ID. Means in this example, if 4 does not exist in department table, if I try to put the ID 4 in employee table, my database should refuse to take the value. Whatever ID I'm trying to put it in department ID column, the data should exist. Okay, the data should exist. Okay, the data should be in existence. Means if I try to keep 4, it should not take. It has to refuse it. That is where the concept of the foreign key comes to the picture. So what exactly foreign key is? The foreign key defines a relation between 2 different tables. If the value does not exist in the master table, we cannot put that value into the child table. Now, this table, we have to establish the relation. Okay, we have to establish the relation. Now, let me create another table. Okay, let me create another table. Are you guys following? My screen looks very clumsy. Are you able to follow it? Because I'm typing here and there in the middle. Need to focus. Okay. Okay, now let me try to create another table. This time, what I will do is I will create a table in a way when I try to key in, okay, when I try to key in department ID, okay, when I try to key in department ID, Okay, department ID. If it is not in existence with the department table, if it not existence in the department table, it has to refuse to take that value. It should not allow to take the value. In that way, I will try to define the table. Okay, create table. I will name it as EMP1 because already we have one table EMP. And let me name it as EMP ID, identity, okay, identity 1, 1 and primary key. Okay, primary key. The second one, EMP name, character of 20, character of 20. Now, department ID, this is integer. So this is where I have to establish the relation. I have to establish the relation. What I need is this value always has to be existence with the department table. Means it has to be a reference with the column with the department table. Here, what you should do is you have to use a keyword references. You have to use the keyword references. And what is the table name? It has to refer. Okay, what is the table name? It has to refer. It has to refer the department table. And what is the ID of the column you would like to refer? Okay, what is the ID of the column? Name of the column you would like to refer. Department ID. Okay, department ID. Now what happens is create this table. Okay, see the difference. Till here it was same. Then compare with the previous one. Then I have added extra code for the foreign key reference. So first I have to give the keyword reference, means the department ID should have reference with the table department. And in the department, I have multiple columns, right? Which column it has to consider? It has to consider department ID column. Okay, it has to consider department ID column. Now try to, okay, this table is already created. Now try to key in the values. Okay, now to try to key in the values. Okay, same values I'm trying to give it. I'm changing the table name. Okay, I'm changing the table name. Now select it, run it. Okay, this table already created. You need to run this table. Fine, three rows have taken. Now the same query, you can run it here also. You can see the data, no issues on that part, but name of the table is okay. So it would be same, IT sales and marketing. Now see the wonder happens. Copy the fourth record, try to key in it. Okay, I'm trying to key in ID4, which is not in existence with the department table. In the department table, I don't have ID4, but I'm trying to key in ID4 into the employee table. Then it will refuse to take the value. Sorry, not EMP. It should be EMP1. In EMP table, we don't have a reference, right? This table will take. Okay, see, it will refuse to take the value. The insert statement conflicted with the foreign key constraint means FKEMP1 department ID means basically it says, okay, basically it says a department ID, okay, department ID should be in existence with the department table, department ID. So then how this will help is this will help to reduce the data mismatching. Okay, this will help to reduce the data mismatching. Okay, so this won't allow because suppose if I try to give 2, that will take because 2 is in existence with the department ID, a department ID. So if we try to run it, that will work. But any one of the ID which is not in existence with the child table, that will not take it. This is the way of working with the primary key and foreign key references. And remember, this department ID should be a primary key in the department table. If it is not the primary key, if you don't define the primary key, then it will not take the reference of the respective column. That is one thing. Like I said, the other way, what is the benefit of the splitting this table is now the amount of memory taking to store the department taking less in employee one table. Anyways, I have other way to fetch the data. Whenever I need what is the actual department of the employee working, instead of taking the numbers 1, 2, 3, or 4, whatever, instead of taking them directly, I have another way to fetch the data using joins. Like I said, we'll discuss joins separately. Okay. So now the other benefit is maybe after a few days, I would like to change the name of the marketing department. Then what happens? The ID never going to change. Okay, the ID never going to change. Now only the name changes. Then you don't need to bother about the second table because in the second table, we have given the ID reference only. We did not refer to the actual name. Suppose at this moment, what is the data you have? Okay, sales marketing we have. Or maybe in future, what management thought is they thought they would like to rename the marketing team as the content team. Okay. So they just need update on the department table and only one row will be updated. Update department set department name equal to content writing where department name equal to marketing. You can see the department name is updated. Now, if we try to choose the table, see, this one is updated, but actually I did change in the department table only. I do not make any changes in the this table, but try to check it. This one automatically will be updated because it has only reference with ID. And for this three, whatever latest value is there, that name will be taken into the consideration. Okay, this is one thing. Okay, so this is all about primary key and foreign key references. Okay, primary key and foreign key references. However, there is more to discuss about this one actually. The thing is, okay, rather than I'm going to tell you that, I will ask you some questions. Anyone, you can try it. Anyway, I will. See, you can delete the records from a table, right? You can delete the records from a table. What if I delete the record? See, when I enter initially, it was fine. When I set the primary key and foreign key relationships, um, it will check the ID one exists in department table or not. If it exists in department table, it will try to insert. If this is not in existence with the department table, it will refuse to take the value. That story we already saw it. Now, I have filled the data into employee table, employee one table or employee table. When I'm trying to fill this data, the department ID one already exists in the department table, so that no issue. But after filling the data into employee one, I will try to delete the record from department. That is possible in general. In general, from a database table, you can delete the records. That is possible. So after filling the data, I would like to delete the column in first table. Then how to handle it? Anyone? Can you try to guess? First thing is this possible to delete or not? If delete, what happens? If it is not possible, then how do we work with that? You can think for a couple of minutes, then you can talk to me. See, continuously I'm talking from morning 5 o'clock, continuous classes. If you guys do not speak, I will lose my interest actually. Okay, if you tell wrong, that would be fine, but I'm expecting responses. Okay, try to guess what happens. That's it. take time for a couple of minutes. Yeah, great. I saw two responses. The first thing is it won't allow to delete. See, uh, yeah, give me a second. Okay. So the first thing is when the tables are connected internally, means a primary key and foreign key relation is implemented. If we try to delete the record from parent table, it won't allow if it is in sharing with the child table. Okay, child table means let me write a command. Okay, delete from department table where ID department ID equal to 1. See, I wrote a command. I will try to run this command. See, it won't allow to delete. It's a the delete conflicted with the primary key means unless one an existence with employee one table. Okay, employee one table, you cannot delete it. One is existence here. You cannot delete from the master table. Now, what I will do is I will try to delete the respective record. I will try to delete the respective records from employee one. Okay, from employee one, I will delete the record which is having ID equal to 1, where EMP ID equal to 1. Now, what I'm doing is the employee who is having ID 1, I'm trying to delete it. Record is deleted. From employee 1, there is no ID 1 here. Now, try to delete that record from the department table. Now, it will allow because the rows are not in existence with the second table. Means when you have primary key and foreign key references, the foreign key value, if it exists in the child table, then we cannot delete it from the master table. If the value in the master table, if it does not exist in the child table, then we can delete it. Okay, then we can delete it. Okay, so this is all about primary key and foreign key. However, there is one more concept actually, and frankly speaking, I do not touch this concept from past 10 years. I don't remember it because generally for .NET, I don't need a book reference for SQL also. I will come to the class directly. But I forgot it at this moment. But there are a couple of things that, okay, before I go to that concept, can you all confirm, like, do you understand what is primary key and foreign key? Yes or no? Yeah, I need responses. Okay. If anyone, if you don't understand, let me know. Yeah, I will ask questions later. If all of you said yes, yes, yes. That's why few people are not responding. Yes. Okay. Okay, fine. See, I have given best from my end. Almost this is very lengthy class on foreign key and primary key. If you go to the other institutes, they will close it in 10 to 15 minutes. What is primary key and foreign key? I've given very detailed uh, explanation, but you guys need to follow it. Okay. So there is some concept. I will try to work on it now. If it works, that's fine. If it did not work, I will try to come up with the course in next class because generally for .NET and SQL Server, I don't do the book reference before to the class. I don't need it actually. I have given training to SQL and .NET to nearly 100 to 150 batches. But For Python and other classes, I will prepare. Okay. So, okay. So this is the table you have. Okay, this is the table you have. Let me define some roles on it. Okay, I need to define some roles on the database table. So what are the roles is, yeah, if you understand this, I will drop the tables. See, I have created the same table, department table, and let me copy the other one. Okay, so I have created another table. See, basically what I need is, when I try to insert the values into this database table, the second table, I mean, basically I'm talking about the master child table. You can insert the values, that would be fine. Okay, that would be fine. But earlier example, what we saw, in the employee table, if I try to put some records with department ID 123 according to here, that one is taking. If I try to delete IT department from department table, it was not accepting. The reason is the ID in the department table that exists in the employee table. In the employee table, it has the reference value in the department table that leads to the data mismatch. So it's not accepting to delete that particular record. Then how to manage this? We have an option which is called as on delete set null. Okay, on delete set null. What is the meaning of this one is, when you have the primary key and foreign key relation, if you try to delete the record which exists in the master table and also in the child table, even the value exists in the child table, it will allow you to delete the record from master table. But when you delete it, it will set null value to its dependent columns. Means, suppose if I insert some data into this database table, employee, let me give the names as employee 2. Okay. So it will allow to insert. Now earlier, if you try to delete the record from this table where the ID is equal to 1, it won't allow due to the foreign key mapping relationships. Now, when you set on delete set null, you are allowed to delete a department. You are allowed to delete a department. Select star from EMP2. EMP2. See, at this moment, department 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 2 exists. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 2 exists. Now, I will try to delete the record from parent table. Drop from DAPT. Sorry, not drop, delete. Where department ID equal to 1. Say 1, I am trying to delete it. Ideally, it should allow to delete. See, now this one is deleted. Now, because we set a rule for it, I don't bother about the data integrity. If I try to delete any one of the record that exists in the master table, if I try to delete this record, what happens is wherever I have one in the child table as the department ID, all those columns will set as the null. See, one it exists before. Okay, one it exists before. As I delete from the parent table ID number one, what happens? Wherever I have department ID one in the employee table, all those values becomes null. Now, if you look at two exists for two users. Now, department two, I will try to uh, delete it. The department two, I will try to delete it. Now, if you select whoever have the department ID two, those IDs will set it as the null. So that is the additional rule you can apply along with the foreign key. Okay, if the record does not exist in the master table, it won't allow to insert. That is fine. The second one is when you try to delete the record from master table, the subsequent dependent values in child table, the value will set to the null. Okay, the value will set to the null. So this is the rule. Additionally, we can apply on the foreign key. This is called as the foreign key reference. And this is the rule. Additionally, you are applying on the child and master tables. This is one thing. There is one more actually. On delete. Okay, I don't remember the command, but let me try to figure it out. The other one is if you delete to any department from ID, in this particular example, what happens? That particular column updating as the null value. Not like this. If I delete one from the department table, all the employees who are holding ID 1, they should be deleted from the child table also. Okay, they should be deleted from the child table also. That is another rule I can apply, but not sure how to do it. But let me check it. On delete. Okay, not sure. Let me try to Google it. See, deleting entire row is also defined, but not sure. Delete cascade. Let me try it out, but not sure. Okay, let me keep it as 3. Okay, table is created. Whether I don't remember the keyword exactly. If it work out, good. If not work out, I will try to figure it out. I'm trying to put the frustrator. Yeah, so creating department and build the values. Okay, so now I am creating employee 3 table and I set it delete cascade. Okay, fine. Now try to fill the values. It will take. Okay. Now just try to see the data in both the tables. Okay, you can see the data. Okay. Now what I will do is I will try to delete record number 1 from the department table. Okay, department ID 1, I will try to delete it. Equal to 1. So I will try to delete the department 1. See, now I try to select this table again. The 1 will be also deleted. Earlier, there was the record 1 with department ID 1 that is deleted. Now, if we delete 2, the other 2 records means employee ID 2 and 4 also will be deleted. Okay, like this. If we try to say it, only 1 record exists. So, 2 rules we can apply along with the foreign key reference. The first rule is on delete set null. In that case, what happens is into the respective column, null value will be occupied. On delete cascade, the entire row will be deleted. Okay. Guys, take break for 5 minutes and come back. Okay. I hope all of you understood the foreign key. It's a very lengthy concept. Like to discuss all, it takes 1 hour. This concept only will be taking more than 1 hour. Okay. Okay. So that's it about foreign key. I don't think I can start ADO concept now. Let us see a few other areas so that next week we can only discuss ADO.NET. And remember, if you don't remember any one of these concepts that we are discussing, there is no benefit. You cannot understand ADO.NET actually. That I keep on warning. I mean, I keep on reminding on that multiple times. But some of you not practicing. But if you're doing, that's really great. Okay. So let me take this table, select to start from EFT. Okay. So I would like to change the values in database table. Okay. See, we have discussed about different commands, if you remember, DDL commands, DML commands, and select commands. There are other two, but probably we don't bother about other two commands, and also called as DQL, data query language. In the DML, we have these commands. Okay, so what are the commands we have is insert, update, and delete. These are the commands we have in DML. Insert, update, and delete. You know how to insert and update partially, we will discuss it now. And then delete also, we will discuss it. Okay, so these two concepts we have to discuss now. And next week, we have to see the practical implementation, means in ADO.NET, how to use them, that we can see it in the next class. Okay, so first one is delete we discuss and update. Okay, delete and update, these two commands. So the meaning of the update is modifying the existing values in a database table. Okay, suppose if I take a table like this, okay, say start from meaning is all the tables. I will insert the values again. I'm just dropping the tables and recreating to save our data. So this is the data we have. So the update command, this would be helpful to change the existing data. So there are different ways to change the data actually. Okay. The first thing is I would like to update the name of the employee one. Okay. Name of the employee one. I would like to update it. Then you have to use the keyword update and which table you would like to update. I would like to update the table, update employee three. And what is the column you wanted to update? I would like to set emp name equal to new name, whatever name you want, and department ID equal to 2. Okay, so this is the update I wanted to do. See, employee 3, I have 1, 2, 3, 4 columns. In these 4 columns, I would like to update the employee ID 2 only, not all. What are the updates I need? I would like to set the employee name as new name, and I would like to set the department to 2. As of now, name is easy and department ID is 1. Okay, so you have to tell which table should be updated. Then I set this table to be updated. Update EMP3 table. And what are the columns you want to update? So use the keyword set and give the columns you would like to update separated with comma. And I would like to set employee name as new name, department ID as 2, and which employee. There we have to include where condition, where EMP ID is equal to 1. Run this query. See one row affected. Try to say it. See, the name and department both are updated. Okay, name and department both are updated. The second question, is this mandatory to update all the columns? No, I would like to update only employee name. Then you can ignore employee ID if you want. Okay, so here, like this, we can put it. Okay, so how many columns you keep separated with comma? Those many columns will be updated. So if you see it, see, again, it is rolled back. That is one thing. Second one, what if I would like to update based on 2 conditions? 2 conditions means employee ID should be 1 and department ID should be 2. Means, see, here I said only employee ID, but probably before updating, I would like to apply the 2 conditions. As of now, how many conditions I have is only 1 condition. That is employee ID is equal to 1. Then you can add extra column with end keyword, department ID equal to 2. Okay, now also what happens is it will update a table with employee ID 1 and department ID 2. Try to run it. Invalid column department ID. Okay, so try to see it. the record is updated. Suppose employee ID matched, department is not matched. Okay, see, this is the end of it. Yeah, this is the end of it. Means an employee exists with employee ID 1 and department 3, that particular record only will update it. But if you look at this sequence, there is no employee with ID 1 and having department ID 3. 1 and 2 exist, but 1 and 3 does not exist. Now what happens is it will show 0 rows affected, none of the rows are affected. You can see the same data. Instead of using AND operator, if you can keep OR, now what happens? It will update the data in main employees table, either employee ID 1 or department ID 3. Means this record will be updated, this record will be updated, this record is also updated. OR operator, any one of the condition is matching. Okay, any one of the condition is matching. See, 2 rows affected. If we select the table, see, easy test. So 1 and 3, ID 1 is updated or 3 is also updated. Okay, so this is the way to work with the update command. Can anyone guess what happens now? If I run this command, you can speak out or you can type in. Okay, I will run this command. See, this is the command you can see. I will run this command. What happens? Try to guess it. Need not be correct. Okay. So Strykel says error. Appreciate your efforts. Anyone else? Can you try to guess it? Okay. So what do you think, Niharika? Sneha, Meghna, what are your expectations? Are you there? I don't think people are sleeping by turning on the class. Okay. So in this case, what happens is, if you don't give any condition, it will update the entire table. Say I said update EMP3, set employee name equal to easy tag. Okay, if you look at this, all will be updated. So you have to be very conscious when you try to update the database table. You should be giving the conditions as well. If you don't give the conditions, uh, it will try to update entire table. Okay, so this is the purpose of the update command. Okay, so however, delete works in the same fashion. Okay, delete is also works in the same fashion. It will try to delete the records based on the conditions. Okay, based on the conditions. So let me drop employee 3. Okay, let me recreate it. Fill in the values. Okay, so you can see the data like this. Okay, now delete is also works in the same fashion. Okay, delete from name of the table EMP3 where EMP ID equal to EMP ID equal to 1. Means what it will do is, from this table, employee ID 1 will be deleted. Okay, 1 will be deleted. Okay, if we select it, you cannot see employee ID 1. Let me reinsert it. Again, I have inserted. Try to see it 2 off. Okay. Okay. Now you can apply the AND operator as well. And department ID is equal to 2 and employee ID 2 is inserted. Let me take. Okay, now it will delete this particular record. Okay, employee ID 2 and department ID 2. Okay, one row affected. Now see, like it will do like this. Now let us try to apply the same rules. Employee ID 3, department ID 1. Instead, keep R operator. So it will apply the R operator. It will delete the respective records. See, two rows affected. Okay, like this, it will work. And like same, if we don't apply any conditions, delete from table name. If we go only table name, it will delete all the records in respective table. Okay, so this is how the delete command works. Okay, we do have another concept, truncate. So we need to know the difference between truncate and delete. See, let me reinsert the values.
Sir,
Yes.
sir, a question, sir. When we are putting like department ID and like employee ID
Hmm.
together, like if they are same, they are getting deleted. Like two employee ID and two department ID, the row will get deleted. But when we are putting different, it is selecting from different rows, right? Like it is deleting from different rows. Like if I'm putting EMP ID 1 and department ID 2, and they are different, then two different rows will be deleted.
Yes.
So why isn't working with the same ones? Like if I'm putting EMP ID 2 and department ID 2, why isn't it working with the different ones? Like how should I say it? Like if
One second.
two
One
rows
second.
have
Yeah.
department ID 2.
Yeah. 1 second. Sir. If we take so in your point, if I keep like this row will be deleted.
Yes,
Let me take a different one, and row 1 and 2 will be deleted, right?
yes.
But your question is, instead of keeping department 2, you would like to delete employee ID 6 and 7 using
No, no,
employee.
no, 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 sir. That isn't what I was asking. I was asking like the same query that you have given for like EMP ID 6 and department ID 2, like different they are, right? So, one second, what I was asking.
Just should take your time and let me.
So, let me frame my question again.
Yeah, sure.
So,
Uh,
so,
take your
so
time.
like, right, right. If we are going with 6 and 1, 6 and 1, 6 and 2. Okay, so the question is like if we had 6 and 2 you have given, so it
Okay.
will go with the first one and the second one, right? The
Yes.
first row and the second row.
Yes.
So won't the fourth row be affected?
1 second. In this condition, none of the rows will be deleted because there is no record exist satisfying these two conditions together. And means it should satisfy both the conditions.
Right,
Employee ID should be 6 and department ID should be 2. There is no record exist. None of the records will be deleted.
right.
Suppose if I keep R, then row 6 and 7 will be deleted. So up to this, you are clear, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Now,
Oh, yes, sir.
now tell me your query. Means
So it
if
was
you,
working like in update when we were working with update.
uh,
The names of two rows were changing.
yeah, it
If
should
the
change actually.
just
Suppose
yes,
update EMP name equal to test name. Now, would you like to pick the conditions? Same
so
conditions you would like to
keep
keep.
yes, keep the conditions same.
Okay, now what happens is same 6 and 2 will be updated. Means employee ID with 6, department ID with 2 will be updated. See, all the records with ID 2 and 6 will be updated. So it seems there are two records with ID 2, both are updated with the name, and one record with employee ID 6. This one is also updated. So total 3 records updated.
Right. So, let's say the EMP ID, one of them is 2. Can you please update one of them to the second one to 2? EMP ID.
This one.
No, yes, yes. Change the EMP ID to 2, not the EMP name. Change the EMP ID to 2. The second row where the EMP ID is 7, change the 7 to 2.
That is not possible. The primary key column we cannot update.
So we
This,
cannot update that.
yeah, the primary key column auto increment, we cannot insert or update. It should be auto filling value. We
Okay,
set the
okay.
definition on the table, right? Auto increment.
Yes, yes.
So
Auto increment.
we cannot update this column.
Just a moment, and so can you? Is there any other table where we have 1, 2, 3, 4 for employee ID? Like,
Yeah, you do one thing, Stegel. Try to create the tables, try to work out, and ping me if we have any doubts. I would be available today and tomorrow.
sure, sure, sure. I'll
Definitely
do
I
that. Okay, okay. No worries.
will. Okay. I have another class to go actually.
Okay, okay, sure.
Okay. Thank you guys. Yeah, Stegel, I appreciate your efforts asking questions. I like it.
Yeah.
Then I will have more interest to respond actually. Okay. Then
Right,
I
sir.
will
Right.
come up with real-time concepts and all. But guys, really, I'm expecting, I don't see any response when I'm asking the questions. See, this is one weekend effort, right? I can go out with the family and all. But